Got
No,
Green
Green Bay,
Bay,
Carolina, and Bucks. Okay.
Carolina, Buccaneers. Hey, did the Bucks play today? Have they played
They
yet?
no, they play tomorrow. They play the Eagles.
Oh, they're the Monday night game, huh?
Yep. Yeah, I think they're like the early Monday night.
Yeah, let's go,
So
dude.
I like that you point that out though, because that does feel like a lot of potential wins there. I mean, like, look, you can't count, like they say, don't count your chickens. Like, I don't know who says that, but I heard someone say that. But don't count your chickens there. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want
100%.
to, but we're looking at that. You know, like the big. Okay, now here's the question though: how many of
Talk
those
to
are at
me.
home? Because I know Green Bay's on the road. Like, we've already played 2 home games, so Green Bay's on the road. I think we have an extra home game though this year.
Yeah, so for the
And
next 3 games, it's Packers away, Carolina home, Buccaneers away.
okay, so Carolina's the home one. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, look, the Carolina one we got to feel good about. I'm just gonna, we got to feel good about that one.
I mean, yeah. Now seeing them play and Bryce Young, I'm like,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh yeah, dude.
No, let's go, man. Dude, hey, congratulations, Dose. That's a W, boy.
Wait. What's the W? I don't know.
I just put
Oh,
up
the
the
prediction.
W. Let's
Oh. I
go.
thought I was like, wait, did I hit the? I'm like, I know I didn't hit the prediction. Okay. All right, but how about
No,
this though? So I didn't see it. Did you see the Packers ending?
no. So I literally was running back home because I was watching at my buddies and trying to set up the stream.
Man, so he told me they missed a field goal from like what was it, 40 yards?
No way.
Dude, it was they had a field goal to win it. They were moving the football because I looked up right. We was about to start the stream, the Saints, and they were like right in field goal range. It said Jameis was playing quarterback, and they were in field goal
Stop.
range, and he missed it. He missed the game winner. They had him, dude.
Oh,
That's
wow. Well,
disappointing,
that hurts. That is disappointing.
man. Yeah. Shout out to the chat guys in there.
Dose
How about the
stays
defense?
having
I know
yards
you've
on.
been talking about it, so I gotta know what you're thinking.
Yeah, dude. So I've been talking about it a little bit. First of all, Brian Branch, bro. Like,
Oh yeah.
unreal. That guy, I really do think he's going to be a candidate for the defensive rookie of the year. Yeah, I mean, he's just playing at a different speed than a lot of guys, a lot of rookies. And I'm going to say this again. I think that flag was bogus and it was an optics flag that they called against
Yeah.
Bijan.
Yeah, that was a weak one. That was a weak flag, man. Because and look, I don't understand the rules. I guess I just didn't understand how it was a flag. I guess if it's helmet to helmet because it's face
Helmet to
mask or something. Like I
helmet,
don't because it wasn't the
spear.
crown, right?
No,
Man,
no.
so I don't know. It was yeah. It was. I'm just glad it happened when it happened because if that was something that would have happened like in the second quarter or like it was a
Yeah,
really big penalty, oh man, there have been people fired up about that. So it's like glad the
bro.
game was kind of over.
I can't believe because like we had a pregame show, obviously we talked about it. I am blown away that we shut down the run as well as we did. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
I can't believe it, man. And those boys, they came to play. Kaminsky being out there, Bugs being activated, Hutch feasted today.
Mm,
Just he looked great. So
unreal.
some of the spin moves he put on that line, like finally we shut a mobile QB down.
We did. We did. And you know what? I thought of you when we were watching the game because you were talking about the mobile quarterback thing, and it was I don't remember why it was brought up, but it was like Ritter hasn't scrambled really today.
No,
And like I know in the other games, he's not a big runner, right? But he'll move and he'll take off. And it was like he's not really taking off at all. Like there is
no, he
no
was contained.
that was out. Yeah, that was I mean the defense across the board was great. And then I looked at the stats before I came on here. I mean 20 carries for 44 yards. What
I
that does to
know.
me, you know what that does is it like solidifies what we've seen, right? It solidifies the stats of the last 2 weeks where you're like, hey, they're really good against the run, but it's like now you're playing a run team. You're playing Bijan. He's averaging 6.2 coming in, and you're holding to half that. It's like it solidifies what you thought the run defense was and what you think about the interior. And you're like, no, they're doing this against one of the best. I mean, really, I know they're kind of like one side, one dimensional, but
Yeah.
and everybody knows that, but they're doing it still. You know, they're still really good at what they do, and to shut that down, man, they look kind of lost a little bit offensively.
Yeah. Oh, dude, absolutely. And even like Michael McDermott in here, Iffy and Tracy Walker locking it down. They did. Secondary, those guys stepped up. And you and I talked about it right before the game. We were like, dude,
Yep.
Tracy Walker got paid. He got paid that big money to be here. He's one of the guys. So with CJ Gardner-Johnson going down, he had to step up huge, and he did. Now, granted, those were two very pickable balls.
Yes, they were.
Those were
Yes,
two
they were.
interceptions that were in the breadbasket. But I'm not going to complain.
Right
He played a great game. Cam Sutton is worth every cent. That guy is locking it down out there. Now, granted, Ritter is terrible with his arm, or at least he was today. I don't know, bro. Like, he looked bad.
Yeah, it was rough. It was shaky. I mean, like, and that's what it felt like. Like, it was like they knew they had to pass, and they were just very unconfident in it. And it's like you felt like that with Atlanta, like their inability to get through multiple progressions. Like, it wasn't an offense that could like sit back there and pop and you just kind of like work you down the field. It was like, nah, that first thing's not there with that offensive line. They're in trouble, and he missed some throws. But I will say this about Tracy. He had the 2 interceptions that were very catchable, but like what you said, he got paid, and we're watching Brian Branch. You just, as soon as I get it, you're saying Brian Branch. That's the reason he's not playing. That is the reason he's not playing, because CJ would have easily just played. They said that when they took Branch, like, we weren't going to take him because we had that guy. And then they took Branch because he was just there. It's like, he's the reason you're not playing him, and you see why. It's like, all right, I get why Branch is out there. But like, Tracy looked legit, man. I mean, he looked exactly what we know him as, all the good. He's jumping routes, he's making tackles, and then it's just the interceptions. I mean, hit the jugs machine just a few times. I know we were talking about that.
I know,
the pregame, but
dude,
maybe some different gloves. I don't know.
Honestly, do something. But you're right. Otherwise, he was playing up to and exceeding par. Like, my guy he was all over the ball. He was all over the routes. Like, he was who we needed him to be. Brian Branch was unreal. Like, love what we're getting out of that kid, and he hits hard. He's wrapping up. There was only one play where I saw him try to shoulder Bijan. It didn't work. And then the next play, he came sweeping into the backfield and just took him down immediately when they tried to pitch Bijan out to the left. But no, dude, the defense was what we've been promised it was going to be. Holding them to 6 points. They missed a field goal. They should have had 9. But we absolutely eliminated the run. Therefore, we eliminated their offense.
That sounded so cool the way that you said it. I'm not even going to try to follow that. But like, if you had a little voice changer on that, like if that was like a little bit deeper, like, been like, dang, man, like you dim the lights a little bit. But like, no, I mean, and I'm glad that. And what I love about this is it's really what you were saying, coming into this when they said, kind of, we were talking about Aaron Glenn, and I hadn't really heard a lot of the firing Glenn stuff, to be honest with you. I hadn't really heard it because I haven't really been looking for it, but I would understand why it's out there. But to what you said, and you're like, no, last year's relevant because of how we finished the second half of the season. Like, you're holding 20 to 20 points. Your pass defense, completion percentage wise, is I think it was the best in the league. I think from week 9 on, we allowed the lowest completion percentage in football. So like, a lot of things were picking up, and then the run defense. So to see that, like I said, it solidifies it, and you won't get many games like this. I'll say that. Like, holding a team to 6 is rare. If we play Miami, I don't think we're holding them to 6. It just maybe not 70. I hope it's not 70, but I don't think 6. That's on. Hey, I'm telling you, I think Denver thought, or maybe Miami, someone thought that this was still Saturday. They're like, hey, it's college game day. We're gonna put up a lot of points today. We'll stop the clock a little bit. Oh my goodness! Like, hey, Russell Wilson was back at or was it Wisconsin? I mean, my 70 points. I didn't see the game, but my goodness, did I
No, like on the ticker at the bottom when my buddy was like, Miami put up 70. I was like, what? You're lying. Like, what are you talking about? No way. Maybe you're looking at yards. Like, I was like,
oh my goodness. No, no, I don't. Because here's what I was thinking. We gave up, right? What was it? 48 to Seattle, and they didn't punt, right? They had the one turnover, but they didn't punt.
No.
So that means Miami. I wonder if they punt. If they had to punt in that game, bro, they had to be scoring in like 2 plays. They had to be just like 1-2, bop, touchdown. I mean,
literally.
I
can't imagine if I was a Miami fan, because like I look at the AFC East and I know it's off subject, but I'm like, oh boy, that's scary. That's scary. I guess jiu-jitsu works.
Yeah.
Are we all doing jiu-jitsu?
Right. Yo, hey, when if you're New England or the Jets, and you just finished a 10-15 game, and you peek over there at the little scoreboard app, and it's 70. It's like, all right, there may be left. Now, hold it. I will say, New England played them tighter though last week. Like, New England had a legit shot to beat them. So the biggest question is probably what the heck is going on with Denver. And this is so off topic, but Denver's defense was legit last year, and New England had a chance to beat Miami. It's like, bro, hold up. Hey, I'm like, we don't have to go down that road. I'm taking this the wrong way, but
You're right.
it's just crazy. I feel like it's something we don't really get a chance to talk about.
No, it's okay to talk about it. 70 points, man. I guess the record's 73. That's absurd.
That's the record?
Yeah. I think that's
the most set ever. A record.
Literally, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, linebackers had a great game. I saw your boy Derek Barnes out there. You were calling him out before the game. How excited you were! Barnes was looking good. Anzalone was just Thor was freaking running around with a cape. I want to strap a cape on that guy. I want him to be wearing a cape. I know his hair is basically it, but God,
it would look great. No, it would look, if there's a player, it would be him. It would look great. I was saying this in the last room that I was in, but like Duracell or Alex Anzalone, like he is a tone setter, man. Like I know the other guys maybe like they just maybe have they get the big hits or whatever it is, but he's the guy that's like he's gonna do his own thing. Sometimes it's not always great, but he's so instinctual. It's like he just kind of does his own thing, and he'll make you a big flash play. Like I was talking about Seattle, that last play in the sack, or not the last play, but at the end of regulation when he had the sack.
Yeah.
He was covering somebody. Like he left this guy go and he just went after the quarterback. It was like, dude, that was a big risk because if he catches that, he might pick up the first down. But Derek Barnes did have the sack. I didn't think he was did as much as maybe I was like looking for, but I have to watch it back. But he did have the sack, so that was cool. The whole defensive line was eaten. I mean, Ali McNeil was money today. Oh my goodness.
I love McNeil, man. He was great. Like you said, the D line was just eating.
Oh my goodness. I mean, you can just look at the run numbers and feel that, but then and I think it's so important to think about like how good that offensive line is run blocking. I mean, they don't have a run blocking. Their second round pick was drafted as a run blocker. All that offense, you have elite run blocking offensive line, and they had 44 rushing yards. Yeah. I mean, I can't think of one big run they had.
Dude, Bijan was kept to 3.3 yards a carry, 33 total. I think he ran the ball 10 times. And like I was expecting them to try to run the ball down our throat. They came out in the second half trying to run. Yeah. But it just was to no avail. The guys up front were shutting them. The defense, and so this is my thing. The defense played spectacularly today, in my opinion, but the offense struggled, man. Offense struggled to get in a rhythm.
Yeah. No, I agree with you there. By the way, I got to shout out Ken real quick. He says the no cape Edna.
Dude, the Incredibles. Let's go.
I can hear
it. Yeah.
No cape. No, like I'm with you there. I don't have, it's different, and maybe it's because they've proven it, right? Defensively, like when it's bad, it can be easy to be like, oh, this is a problem.
Yeah.
Offensively, when it has stretches, I still have confidence because like I've seen it. But I do think with offense, man, it always feels like it comes back to the same things to me. A lot of times it's just, oh, they shot themselves in, but holding calls. I mean, we had 10
holding, dude.
Today, 4 on the offensive line in the third quarter. They had 4, and it's just like you tie that with your offensive line on the right side is you're literally a third string right tackle that's a guard playing tackle, and you have your backup guard in there. It's like you tie that and you get it any third and long. It's like and in this game, like let's be fair too about you're not playing a team where it felt like we were playing catch up. We weren't in a position where we had to score. So you run a draw with Gibbs on a 3rd and 20, right? You can kind of play into we're fine with punting the ball because they're not scoring and that's how the game's going. So don't give them a short field by doing something dumb, getting a sack fumble because we try to do too much.
Right. Yeah.
And the St. Brown drop. Like, is St. Brown going to do that consistent? No. He ain't going to do that often.
No, in fact, you're like, oh man, like that was bizarre. It was like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
I can't. How about
go ahead.
Go for it.
I actually don't know if I remember what I was going to say. Yeah, you know what? You go ahead because I don't remember what I was going to say.
So I was just going to say, I look at St. Brown and like the fact that he obviously was having some sort of, I know he avoided turf toe, but like, there was just something about him that looked like he was not going for the extra yards. He was dipping out of bounds, which I'm fine with. I'm like, hey man, you get the first down and you see somebody coming in on you, get out of bounds. That's the number one thing I hate about players where they try to be Superman and they take some bad hits. That's how you ruin your season, a 4-week stint. It's all this stuff, but like I was happy to see him kind of dipping because I'm like, man, we had no injuries leading up to this Green Bay game. That's huge.
That's
because,
true.
Bro, without Montgomery, Gibbs ripped off, he had 80 plus yards. Like he looked good, but we need Montgomery back, man. We need him back.
I'm with you, and hopefully it's like it didn't sound like some of these things are super serious, and I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of those guys they're on that side where it's like I get they say well we can't get live reps. Do you need live reps with Decker? I mean, do you really need live reps with Decker? No, you can't
No.
need live reps with that guy. The dude's been around for like 16 years. You just plug him right back in. So I'm with you though. Major, I mean, Matt Nelson, we'll see about that one because he didn't come back in. But as long as
Yeah.
Decker comes back, that shouldn't be a concern.
Yeah.
But
No, dude, I'm with you. The Tony, my guy, Jared Goff rushing TD. That was the
beautiful,
best. That was the best. I love
beautiful.
that we were like, we faked it to Gibbs because he's pushed us all the way there. We want to get him that first, NFL TD. And Goff's like, nah, man, this is but my thing is, the fans that didn't grab him and pull him into the stands. In fact,
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, what are
Absolutely.
you doing? You have the opportunity to grab that man and raise him like the Lion King. And instead you're like, no, we love you, but stay down there. I would have jumped onto the field, hoisted him, and got
Oh,
ejected. I'd have been fine with it.
wow. See, and that's why y'all need to click the like button because my man would have jumped out of the crowd, picked Goff up, and put him up there. That's
Yeah.
crazy. You know how they do the little lion thing there. That would have been you.
Yes.
They'd have been like, oh, show that on the
100%.
jumbotron. Hey,
I'd have looked at my wife and been
you're
like,
right.
pick me up in jail. It's fine.
No, but you're right though because that was disappointing. It was so cool. Goff never pulls it down. He did. He scores. He throws it into the crowd, which was like, oh man, that's flashbacks right there. Just made me think first play, Stafford throwing into the end zone or throwing into the crowd. We beat Green Bay. You remember that? The game didn't count, but
Take us back.
And it was just man, we were just fired up. So I was thinking that, but oh, this is sweet. And then man, the leap was just not the way to top it off. It was like he made the great cake, and then he dropped just. He put some celery on top of it or something. It's like, hold up, dude. You messed it up. Now I don't even want the cake anymore.
Help. Fans just like
they didn't.
Down.
They could have, they could have put something else on there, but they just like,
it was
it's
a
not
moment,
that.
Man.
It's like, hold up, man. Yeah, I'm with you. That would have been a great picture to get to, by the way. Like if you could have got him up there and got like your phone out, that'd been a sick picture.
Dude, I think Goff played great. He looked so comfortable in there, dude. He looked so
a lot of heat on him too. A lot of heat, man. Oh, shout out to my man Kobe in the. I love to see Kobe, man. Yes, sir, Deanna told you from day one. Look at you, hey Kobe. Kobe. That's my guy. He's hit on like I should say like I know he's had guys in the past like this that he just like loves when the draft comes around, and he's like all in for those dudes. So that's my man. Yeah, look at that. Remember for 21 months, man. That's unreal. Well, I don't even remember what we were talking about. I don't.
Nah, I'm talking about Goff just looking real comfortable.
Oh, right.
Bro, he was taking shots.
Oh, yeah. And you know what's so great about that, right? So it's like you miss Khalif, then you come back and get the shot with Sam Laporta. And it was like the shot with Sam Laporta was immediate. And I don't think we can overlook that just from first watch, Dan Skipper coming in, because if you think about it, first play that he comes in, right, we roll away from him to get the pass off. And after that, a lot of things were they were hard for us to move the football. Like we need to get that fixed, but with a lot of pressure on Goff, like I thought there was a stretch there. I think it was somewhere in the third quarter where passes were just getting high on him. There was some frustration too, but I thought it was almost like he was pressing it a little bit, and he doesn't usually ever do that. But it just felt like not pressing maybe in decision making, pressing in terms of how the ball put too much on it, dude. You just try to squeeze that in there, and but then he dialed it back in, and then. Because he made some beautiful throws, especially before the half. So
I know. Yeah,
he had some. Like, man, he's been super reliable.
Dude, the one to St. Brown right on the sideline that he had to dive for. That dude, the defender's hand was just missed it. It was perfect. It was a perfect ball.
Dude,
he had a few of them.
We were out there at halftime, because I can reenact kind of that throw.
Sure.
So it's one of those things. I don't always have the receiver for it, but I. But no, we were talking about that throw at halftime because it was like, man, that was a nasty throw. Because those man always has to bring up like, oh, look, you see a little wobble on that pass. So he had to, he came through and he was like, that was a dot. I could hear him say that. So it was just like one of those like hallelujah moments. So that was good. It was a good play.
Dude, I don't know who was calling our game, but they were terrible.
Oh yeah, that's the offensive line. I think you said he played for Washington. I thought it was the Raiders or something. Mark Schlereth. And then whoever the other dude was, I don't know who the other dude was.
They were awful. They were terrible.
Yeah. It'd be one thing. Yeah. No, I mean Fox. Look, we're always here. We can always take the call if Fox wants to. We're here. Look, I got the headset and everything. I can pull the mic down. I mean, I don't even need this thing. You know what I'm saying? I
Oh
mean,
my
look, come
God.
on, man. I'll hook you up with one too, man. $20 right down the drain. We'll do it,
Let's
man.
go.
We'll hit up Fox real quick. Yes, sir.
I'm in. It'd be awful, but I'm in.
But yeah, man. No, this was great. I'm just glad that we're able to kind of sit in this win a little bit. To see that you were still alive was great. I'm like, okay, this is good, man. 2-1.
That's how
though.
you know it
I
was
mean,
a
that feels,
W.
But oh my, it takes me back to last year because like the one big takeaway was we played teams that we were better than. We beat
Yeah.
those teams. Like, and we didn't just like beat them. Like, it was comfortable. This game was literally comfortable the entire second half.
Yeah.
I've never had a concern. I understood we didn't score and we were putting them away. And I think if we were healthy, we would have. But it still felt comfortable, man. Like there was never a part in it. Usually I do. It's easy as a Lions fan to be like, oh snap, this game ain't over yet. Never a part of me felt like they were gonna never. Even when we turned it over, we threw a pick and I was chilling.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was kind of like, all right, well, because their offense was being shut down so hard by our defense that I was just like, all right, fine, you can have the ball. We're just gonna shut you down again. I feel great.
Feel great, man.
What was the over under on rushing TDs by Goff? It had to have been under one.
Yeah. Hey, there may have been a negative there. That may have been the first one out there, the first negative.
I know.
Line. I mean, I don't know.
Literally.
Yeah, it may have been like a -5, maybe a couple sacks in there. I mean, look, a couple bad run, broken plays.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, listen, dude. Thank you for jumping on. I'm going to be wrapping up here. I don't know if you have anything else that you want to say to the people before we take on Green Bay this Thursday. You got any closing thoughts regarding the game?
I'll say this, man. I want to shout out to Let's Talk Lions for doing the pregame show. It's been great. It's been a huge it's been awesome because like I would just do them in the past by myself and I'd like, what are we gonna talk about? And it's great, but as you know, when you do a lot of shows, we're just talking to the camera and there's people in the chat, which makes it better. Yeah. But it's good to have someone that just kind of bounce things off. He's been great. We've done it on short notice as well. So I appreciate you. And, man, appreciate everybody that's joined, man, sticking with us as we kind of work through this season. I'm excited. This is going to be by the way, I don't know who's doing the performance, but what I'm really excited to see is after we get that dub, whoever is going to be performing at the end, because at Thursday Night Football, they do like a live concert on Amazon right after the game.
Really?
Like last week was Ed Sheeran. They go for like an hour, and it's just made for TV. It's awesome. They do it so good, man. Last week was Ed Sheeran. I stayed up just for that. So I hope it's a fire guest. Yes. I'm excited for that.
Dang. So all right.
Maybe they'll tie it a little bit to Detroit. They'll put someone.
Give us Eminem, would you? That's all we want. I'll take NF. Yeah. Ooh, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm good with either one of those. We can.
Come on, dude. Yeah, man. Well, hey, thank you for joining everybody. I see there's 100 of you hanging out with us from Dose of Dion's channel, some from mine. Great to have this W against Atlanta. It's an in-conference win. That's big. Now let's go into Lambeau. Let's get that in-division win. Let's claim the division early as ours. Let's put that stamp on it. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, sir. I love it.
Have a happy Victory Monday, everybody. We get another game this very week. Let's get excited. I'm sure Dose is going to be putting out content galore for you guys. Will I? I don't know. It's going to be a long week. I got a lot to do this week.
I feel you there. I feel you, man. Short week,
awesome.
Right back to it. Gotta love it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Dose, thanks for coming on the show, my man.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right.